Even though Leatherface is the weakest slasher, he is still iconic. Today we're unboxing the Mezco Texas Chainsaw Massacre figure, aka Leatherface. It's officially time for our Halloween unboxing series. I have some crazy figures to show y'all, but I thought the best way to start is with one of my favorite slashers, Leatherface. This bad boy comes with 2 trays of accessories, so let's hop into it. Right out of the box, this thing looks amazing. Now, if you don't like the tux look, just wait until later in the video. I'm going to show you all the different looks you can change him into. But now let's go ahead and look at the different head sculpts. First, we have the iconic normal looking Leatherface. Next up, we have the makeup mask, and I gotta say it's pretty cool. Lastly, we have the old lady mask, or the lady of leather. Now let's go ahead and look at the hands. First, we have 2 tightly grabbing hands. Then we have 2 loosely grabbing hands. Then we have 2 fist hands. Then we have 2 open hands. Then lastly, we have 2 claw hands. Next, let's go ahead and look at all the accessories. First, of course, we have his iconic chainsaw. Then we have his mallet. Then we have his meat cleaver. Lastly, we have a little bone knife. Then we have a little blood spatter effect for the hammer that you can attach super easily. Last item in this tray, we have a bucket of blood, which actually is super detailed. Now onto the second tray of accessories. First, we have the batteries for the chainsaw, which you can easily take apart the chainsaw to put the batteries in. Once you do, all you gotta do is click this button, and then you have this beautiful chainsaw noise right here. Next, we have this little blood slash effect, which again, you can easily attach to the chainsaw, and it looks like so. Then we have one more blood spatter effect. Next, we have the stand, which is just the logo for the movie. All you do is easily attach 2 pieces, and then you have an awesome stand. Then, of course, we get an accessory baggie. Then we get 2 different aprons, and this is how you change the looks for the figure. Before we change the look, though, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the original. The details on this mask are great, and the suit is super high quality, and I love how they made it look dirty. It's so cool. But now let's switch looks and look at the old lady. And here he is in the full old lady look, and yet again, it's super detailed and super cool looking. They did a great job on the sculpt, and the apron even has working pockets. Now let's take a look at his iconic look. And here it is, the iconic Leatherface look. And I'll say it again, they did an amazing job on the details for this head sculpt, even going as far as giving the apron some blood spatter effects, and the quality of this apron just feels super good. Now that we have him in the look that I want to keep him in, let's go over the articulation. And just like most Mezcos, you're going to get amazing head movement, but lack everywhere else. But honestly, it's all you need for Leatherface because he is a bit round, so you're not going to see him hitting those acrobatic poses. But you still get a bicep swivel and double jointed elbows. You do barely have any ab crunch, but you have good waist swivel. You do still have a thigh swivel as well. This big boy can't hit the full splits. You still have double jointed legs and good foot movement all around. But to wrap things up, I absolutely love this figure so much. I love horror movies in general, but if you're a horror movie fan like me and my wife, I highly suggest this figure. Even though it lacks an articulation, it's still better than NECA's, and I highly suggest it if you want a Leatherface in your collection. It's almost like having 3 figures in one because you can change the looks into 3 different types. Shout out to the guy who sold me this figure and one other that I'm going to be unboxing. Here's his TikTok and here's his page on Mercari. Go show him some love. But I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of this series. Stay tuned for the next 10 parts because we're doing 11 days of straight Halloween posts. Like always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to stay nerdy. Omnio!